Dear students, welcome to this biology class. I hope you are safe and sound at home during this pandemic. Have you ever dreamt about driving a motorbike or a car on the roads? Yes, you might have. So, in order to obtain a license, what you have to do? You have to pass through a different stage of testing. First, you have to appear for learner's test, you have to appear for road test, then you get a license. So, the different stages are there in order to get a license. So, in our human lives, we have to pass through different stages of life. There are different stages of growth that is taking place in us. And that's what we are going to look at in this video, the chapter Division for Growth and Reproduction. Dear students, what are the different stages of life, of human life? Can you tell me? Yes, that is, first is zygote. It is a single cell stage. Then we pass through embryo. Then we pass through what? Fetus. Fetal stage, fetus. Then what? Then we become an infancy. Then we enter into adolescent. Then we enter into old age. You are in this period of adolescent. This adolescent period is a period of great peculiarities. It is a time that you grow maximum. That is, your body is growing in a rapid pace. So maximum growth takes place in the life of a human being is during the adolescent. When is the adolescent period starts? It starts from 10 years to 20 years. 10 to 20 years. So maximum growth takes place in our body during these years. So then we pass through a stage of old age. Old age is not immediately after the adolescent period. It takes few years to show the signs of old age. The body does not grow much after 20 years. We put on weight, that is not growth. We put on weight, but that doesn't mean that our legs and feet doesn't grow much. That means our growth stops at adolescent period and we slowly are entering into old age. So, dear students, we are particularly going to look at this old age now. This old age, it is part of human life. Do you have your grandmothers or grandfathers at home? You might have realized that they need a constant assistance of your parents or you. They cannot run like you, they cannot eat like you, they cannot work like you. They are slowly need assistance, care, and love. So dear students, can you tell me what are the characteristics of old age? What you have noticed with your parents or with your grandparents? Yes. The characteristics of old age marks a lot of differences in our body. First, the rate of cell division decreases. That means the mitotic process in our body slowly decreases. And mitosis is the principle behind the cell growth and rapid division. It decreases. Availability of oxygen to cell decreases. So what happens? The availability of the oxygen in the cell decreases. We don't feel much energized to do work. We become very tired. We cannot go for a long walk or for a games. Deterioration of the cell increases. That means cells are slowly dying off. Then muscles shrink. That means our muscles, no, it is not very active. It becomes the muscles starts shrinking. That means you might have seen the wrinkles appear on your face or on your biceps of your grandparents. That is because the muscles shrink. The production of energy in the body decreases because the oxygen to the cells decreases, and oxygen is the main thing that energizes, boost our body. So energy decreases, efficiency of sense organ decreases. This efficiency of sense organ, you might have noticed that your grandparents complaining that they don't see properly, they don't hear properly. You have to repeat it. If they forget their spectacles, you have to find out where they have kept. So these are the signs of old age. So old age is an inevitability of life. That is, you cannot avoid this. Only you have to embrace it because it is part of life. It is part of our growth as a human being. Our growth completes in the adolescent period and it terminates in the old age, and the growth is not on during the old age. That is why you see lot of peculiarities seen in the old age, like losing the sense or efficiency of the sense organ. The muscle is shrinking, they cannot hold much oxygen in their cell, and the cell division decreases. These are the characteristics of old age. So, like us, the plants also go through stages of life. So, have you noticed the main differences between the animal and the plant growth? Animals growth is for limited years, and for the plant's growth is for many years. The animal growth is not on a localized cell, meaning our nose grows, the cells responsible for growth is not in our on our nose or in the head, but is all over. But in plants there is a localized, I repeat, there is a localized growth in the plant. That is because of cells called meristematic cells. That is because of meristematic cells. These meristematic cells are a group of cells which is seen at a different parts of a plant, which is responsible for the growth of that plant. There are mainly three types of meristems seen in a plant. So, if I have to draw a picture of a plant, this is the tip of the plant, and if you have to appear, this is the root of the plant. On the tip of the root, there are on the top, on the tip of the stem and the tip of the root, there is a meristem present. This is called apical meristem. Tell me what? Apical meristem. This apical meristem helps in the length of the plant. It is seen where? On the tip of the stem and the root. If I have to show you with the example of a plant, so on the tip of the stem there is apical meristem, and tip of the root there is an apical meristem. The plant does not only grow in length, but also it grows also in size, in girth. There are some cells seen at the side of the stem, and these meristems are called lateral meristem. It is seen in a dicot plant. In dicot plant, the sides of its trunk, there is this meristem seen, and this meristems helps in the increase of the girth. And there are also a meristem seen in monocot plant. In monocot plant, if you see, this is an example for monocot plant. If you observe carefully, you see a bulging over here, bulging over here, bulging over here. And these are called nodes, the bulged part. Very example is for the node is this sugar cane. The hardest part you can bite, and the part which is between these two nodes is called intercalary meristem. The internodes. And these internodes are very fleshy in sugarcane, and the hard part is node. And there are meristems seen between the nodes during the between the two nodes, and this meristem is called intercalary meristem. If this is the monocot plant, the meristems are seen here. This is called intercalary meristem. Tell me what? Intercalary meristem. These intercalary meristems are responsible for the length of the plant. It allows the plants to grow. This is an example of monocot plant. This is a grass. Imagine if the herbivorous animal eat the plant, it has to grow fast in order to sustain the herbivorous life. So the intercalary meristems allow the plants to grow fast. That is why the herbivorous animals can survive on the land. So what are the three types of meristems we have learned? Apical meristem seen on the tip of the stem and the tip of the root, which is responsible for the lengthening of the plant. And there is a lateral meristem which is seen at the side of the trunk, which is responsible for the girth, increase in the girth of the plant. And there is an intercalary meristem which is seen in the monocot plant, which is seen only in the monocot plant, and that is responsible for the increase of the length of the plant. So dear students, I hope you understood three different types of meristems. So you have to write the following questions in your science diary. So that you can you can understand the topic quite well. The questions: why is it that the growth in plants is localized only at certain parts? Second question is this: the stem of monocots increases in length at faster than dicots. Why? The stem of monocots does not increase its girth beyond an extent. Why? Just note down these three questions and you have to write answers to this in your science diary. So, dear students, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned. We learned that human life passes through different stages of life. Adolescence is a period of maximum growth and the growth stops after adolescence. And in the old age, we show certain signs of losing our muscle strength, efficiency of this sense organ, etc., and many characteristics like that. So our attitude towards the elder is this: we should be considerate towards them, we should take care of them, we should give them love and support, so that we are also going to be one day old like them. So it is our responsibility to take care of them. Old age is part of our life, and it is due to the old age is due to lack of cell division, the cell growth, because the cells are slowly dying off. Then we have learned about different types of meristems seen in a plant. That is apical meristem. It increases the length of the plant. And then we have learned about intercalary meristems that is seen in monocot plant, which is responsible for the increase of length of the plant. Then we have learned about lateral meristem, which is responsible for the increase of girth of the plant. So these are the meristem that helps the plants to grow for many years. For many years they can continue growing like this because of the presence of localized cells in the plant body, that is meristems. I hope you understood this small session on different types of meristems and the stages of growth, especially the old age and the adolescent. Thank you. Happy learning.